Viewers, good evening. Thank you for joining me on India Upfront. The storm over Kerala story refuses to quell, and interestingly, it's being ignited by the so-called crusaders of free speech. NCP leader and a top one at that, Jitendra Awhad, has given an open call to hang the makers of the film, while a Congress MLA has sought the film to be banned in Jharkhand. In West Bengal, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, as you're aware, has already banned the film to purportedly avoid violence and hatred. Multiplexes across Tamil Nadu too have cancelled screenings to avoid any law and order situation. Unfortunately, in Rajasthan, a Dalit youth was thrashed, threatened that his throat will be slit. His fault was that he dared to post a good review of the film. And now, Owaisi's Neta has declared that the film is a Gujarati plot to defame Muslims. Can you believe this outrage is coming from those who fought for freedom of expression and free speech when the centre banned the BBC docu-series India the Modi Question? Today, they want to ban the film The Kerala Story, block its screenings, hand its makers, and even call it anti-Muslim propaganda. First, listen into this shocker from NCP calling to hang the makers of the film, and then the justification. And he said this is an emotional outburst.
केरला फाईल्सच्या नावाखाली एका राज्याला तर बदनाम केलंच, पण तिथल्या महिला भगिनींना पण बदनाम केलं. आता आकडा ऑफिशियल येतोय 32,000 कुठे आणि 3 कुठे. हा जो कोण प्रोड्युसर आहे ज्यांनी हे काल्पनिक चित्र उभं केलं त्याला तर भरचौकात फाशी द्यायला पाहिजे. वो बयान को एक अर्थ से लेना चाहिए. जो झूठ बात उसने फैला करके देशद्रोह किया है, उस देशद्रोह से गुस्सा होकर किया हुआ बयान है. उसको एक शाब्दिक अर्थ है, उसको शारीरिक अर्थ नहीं है. जैसे हम कहते हैं कि संविधान लथाड़ा जा रहा है, इसका मतलब संविधान फुटबॉल के जैसे खेला नहीं जाता है. वो एक शाब्दिक प्रयोग है. सम ट्रू स्टोरीज नहीं है. 32,000 cannot be some true stories. पिक्चर जो झूठ के आधार पे खड़ा है, ऐसे पिक्चर नहीं दिखानी चाहिए.
Now here the filmmakers' response to the hate they face for showing their version of the truth. They have also moved the Supreme Court against the ban imposed in Bengal and are seeking additional security to be provided in theatres in Tamil Nadu.
एक ये भी कमेंट आया है एनसीपी नेता जितेंद्र आव्हाड की तरफ से कि 3 का आंकड़ा है ओरिजिनली, जिसे आपने फिल्म में 3 से 30,000 का दिखाया है और आपने केरला की महिलाओं का अपमान किया है, इसलिए आपको फांसी दे देनी चाहिए, ऐसी उनकी मांग है.
नहीं एक्चुअली क्या है ना, उन्होंने फिल्म नहीं देखा. अगर कोई फिल्म देखते हैं ना तो उनके साथ ये सवाल नहीं होगा. ये संख्या 3 भी नहीं, 32 भी नहीं, 50,000 से ज्यादा है. और ये बात महाराष्ट्र असेंबली में भी डिस्कशन हो चुकी है इसके बारे में. तो मैं पॉलिटिशियन नहीं हूँ, मैं पॉलिटिकल बातें उनकी पॉलिटिक्स को नहीं समझता. मैं फिल्म मेकर हूँ, मैं फिल्म की बात कर सकता हूँ. इशू ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट, ऑनरेबल हाई कोर्ट ऑफ तमिलनाडु, ऑनरेबल हाई कोर्ट ऑफ केरला में पहुंचे थे. सब जगह से हमें मतलब सपोर्ट मिला.
In Bengal, moviegoers were allegedly thrashed for trying to watch the film. This video has gone viral where people can be seen shoved and pushed by the police at the Lake Mall when the screening was stopped. Remember, Mamata Banerjee has banned the film, saying that the distorted film may create violence and hatred. Now, meanwhile, yesterday in the Congress-run Rajasthan, a Dalit youth was thrashed for allegedly writing a positive review of the film, viewers. The Congress has jumped on the bandwagon. One of its MLAs in Jharkhand, Irfan Ansari, no stranger to controversy, has demanded a similar ban on the film in his state. Listen to these views.
Definitely, this movie should be banned. They are promoting hatred. They are promoting communalism in the country. And basically, Bharatiya Janata Party is backing this film. That is the reason they are in every state where BJP is ruling, they are appreciating this film. I also demand that this film, which is promoting hatred, should be banned immediately.
देखिए, जो नफरत की राजनीति है, उसी का ये एक आला है. पहले आपने देखा था कि कश्मीर को लेकर के एक फिल्म आई थी और भारतीय जनता पार्टी उसको लग गई थी प्रमोट करने में. और अब केरला की ये स्टोरी जो आई है प्रधानमंत्री तक उसकी सिफारिश करने लगे। फिल्म देख लेते तो शायद ऐसा ना करते, बगैर देखे शायद उन्होंने ऐसा किया।
Meanwhile, AIMIM too has leapt into the bandwagon, adding a spin. It says that the film is a Gujarati propaganda to malign Muslims. They are referring to Vipul Shah, the producer, and saying this is deliberately done to spark a divide.
गुजरात के गुजराती विपुल शाह ने एक झूठ और फरेब के आधार पर फिल्म बनाई है मुसलमानों को बदनाम करने के लिए, द केरला स्टोरी। और भारत जैसे महान देश के प्रधानमंत्री विपुल शाह की झूठ और फरेब पे आधार पर बनी हुई फिल्म द केरला स्टोरी का प्रचार कर रहे हैं। अगर बनाना थी फिल्म तो बिल्किस बानो पे बनाते, स्वामी चिन्मयानंद पे बनाते, स्वामी नित्यानंद पे बनाते, आसाराम बापू पे बनाते, कुलदीप सेंगर पे बनाते। बहुत से मुद्दे हैं, ये सच्ची घटनाएं थी, इन पे बनाओ फिल्म। अगर आपको टैक्स फ्री करना था तो केरला स्टोरी को टैक्स फ्री ना करिए, दूध दही ये टैक्स फ्री कीजिए, और वो भी झूठी फिल्म का टैक्स फ्री कर रहे हैं आप। ये तो एक प्रोपेगेंडा है।
Now let's quickly evaluate the track record of these self-appointed free speech crusaders who today want to ban the film and hang its makers. Let's start with the NCP, whose leader wants the makers of the Kerala story hanged. Viewers, what NCP said was that legal aid to the youth targeted for social media posts. That's on your screen. And what did the party do? Jitendra Awhad forcibly stopped screening of the film. The date's also there. Let's look at the next example. NCP in November 22 said Har Har Mahadev allegedly distorted Maratha history, the film they were talking about. Then they said we condemn the ban on NDTV India, free speech is suppressed. In January 2020, the Mahavikas Aghadi withdrew book comparing Modi to Shivaji. Let's look at the next example. TMC had said that Padmavat protest is a calculated plan. You can come to Bengal. Then the party said NDA's bid to regulate social media. This was in January 19. So you can see the contradiction. It's all there on your screen, and this will play out through the debate. Let's, without wasting time, let's quickly open this up. We have a lovely panel as always. Sanju Verma, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, don't have to add anything. Sushil Pandit, activist, political commentator. Tamruzaman Chaudhary, leader of the Congress Party. Vishwajit Dev, spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress. Dr. Sumansi Raman, political analyst, and Abdul Razak completes the panel. Good evening to all of you. Dr. Ranganathan, I can't comprehend what we are saying. I mean, people can have a view on the film, they may not like it, they may not endorse it, may not tell their neighbors or their friends or relatives to go and watch the film. But to say that hang the makers in public, at a public square, what is driving all of this?
Good evening, Pranesh, and good evening to all my fellow panelists. It's absolutely shocking and condemnable, those utterances by the NCP leader to say that the makers of a film should be hanged in public. And this is a parliamentarian who's saying this. It's totally unacceptable, condemnable. And I hope that the party takes stringent action against this person. Because much more than this person just saying it, it is dog whistling to the extreme. We've already seen how a Dalit man, a poor Dalit man who as little as commented that it's a lovely film, go and watch the Kerala story. And within hours he was assaulted by a mob who said that they are going to slit his throat. Is this the modern India? Is this what you're talking about, free speech? How long before the Kerala story turns into the Bengal story? How many stories will you ban? I can guarantee freedom of speech, but I can't guarantee freedom after speech. Didi Amin said this. Sorry, I meant Idi Amin, innocent slip of the tongue there. Kerala's present CM is on record saying that 100 Keralites joined ISIS. Is he lying? Tell me. Is he lying? And these leftists and darbaris are now saying banning lies is not against freedom of speech. I take it they want to ban a book that says Earth was created in 6 days, that moon was split in half, and that man was molded from clay. If this isn't Islamophobia, I don't know what is. How many stories will you hide? Look, the writing is on the wall, Pranesh. Remember the boast of TMC's Fareed Hakim recently that this area, quote unquote, is mini Pakistan, as though this was something to be proud of. But then it was TMC Sheikh Alam who had boasted that 4 Pakistans can be created if 30% Muslims come together. The signs are increasingly ominous. You remember the recent horrible violence in Havra in response to Nupur Sharma? How long before the slogans equivalent to Ralev, Salev, Galev, convert or die are heard in Kolkata like they were in Kashmir 30 years ago? Violence in Bengal has been given a free run, both by the government there and much of the media. Pradesh, the signs were all there, and they go as far back as 2018 during the Bengal Panchayat elections. 20,076 seats in the Panchayat polls went uncontested. That's 34% of the total seats. Remember 2019 Diamond Harbour violence that led Hindu families to flee? Fast forward to 2022 and the recent severe indictment by the Calcutta High Court should have shamed the TMC and its Albert Spears, but nothing happened. The fact that the court noted the police had not registered the FIR in 60% of the cases was troubling beyond measure. In para after para, the court blasted the Bengal government. The court can no longer be a mute spectator, it said. Remember the blood-curdling affidavits by the victims of Bengal violence were ignored by those who claimed that we spooked to power. Media was scared, judges were accusing, and those human rights activists and the Roys and the Seetalwads, they wake up only when victims are not Hindu women. The journalists and the activists keep saying, we speak truth to power, we speak truth to power. But in reality, they speak truth only to Modi. Not when those in power are Mamata. They dismiss the violence and exodus and retribution as orchestrated by the BJP. But multiple instances of violent attacks and murders were also reported by Congress and CPIM. So the BJP was colluding with the communists now. Sitaram Yechuri is a Sanghi. That's why, just 30 seconds, Pranesh, I call these guys children of Goebbels. Because if the Goebbels who said, the first rule of propaganda is to accuse the other of what you are guilty of. They whitewash their own crimes with the help of their media stooges. They whitewash religious fundamentalism and fanaticism if the religion is not Hinduism. They whitewash application of draconian laws when it suits them. They peddle fraudulent reports that claim India is no longer a democracy. And this is what they do. They ban films.
Now, Sumansi Raman was shaking his head in disbelief. I don't know, either he's shaken by the clarity of thought that you have or I don't know what he will say, but I'll give him some time to process what he's thinking. Let me begin with Kamruzaman Chaudhary. Mr. Chaudhary, what's going on? NCP leader Jitendra Awhad says कि इनको फांसी दे देना चाहिए चौराहे पे. Hang the makers in public.
Pranesh, don't you think the movie has served its purpose by statements coming out like this?
Oh, so you're justifying the statement. Mr. Chaudhary, I am amazed.
Amazing.
If you have given Anandji some 3 minutes of your time, at least I beg of you to give me 1 minute of my time.
Sir, you'll get 3, sir. Please, boliye, main nahi bolunga.
Yeah. The basic point is that when you bring out a fictional movie, even the movie makers have accepted in Supreme Court that this is a fictional movie. Now, what are you attempting to achieve?
From 32,000 women being shown in a trailer to 3 women in a trailer in the movie. The road has been traversed very fast. You know the propaganda, that's why I tell it. What does the movie achieve? Movie is just simply radicalizing a section of the society. It does not get anything else than that. Moreover, this movie particularly demonizes a section of the Muslim community by showing and portraying some facts within the movie which are not in tune with the ground realities out here.
Like?
You know, when you talk about this movie, we need to expose the hypocrisy of the ecosystem. When Besharam Ram was first objected to by another MP, Madhya Pradesh Home Minister Narottam Mishra, when he said that Besharam Ram should not find the light of the day. Then you have got the BBC documentary when the entire ecosystem was up in arms because The supreme leader was shown in a very bad
But
light
Mr.
in the
Chaudhary,
documentary.
allow me to just
Now
ask you one question.
You want to be an advocate of free
The two
speech out
films that
here.
you've talked
Not
about,
an issue.
no, 1 minute. The Pathan and the song that you're talking about, whatever rang you're saying, and the next is the BBC docu-series. Weren't you saying free speech is supreme? Don't ban, don't ban. This has gone beyond ban. That's the trouble. Last evening we were discussing about the ban imposed by the Mamata government. Today they are going for the this is
listen to me
Mr.
first.
Chaudhary, सवाल तो सुन लीजिए sir. This is the certain threat. Hang the makers. इसका मतलब क्या होता है? Hang the makers मतलब क्या होता है sir?
That's what I'm telling you. You are radicalizing a section of the society by releasing
Will you condemn?
Bullshit movies.
No, are you saying the promo, 1 minute, are you, Mr. Chaudhary, let's get it straight. Are you suggesting that the promo of Kerala story is so powerful that Jitendra Awhad watched the promo, got radicalized, and here he is giving certain threats? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not a spokesperson of Jitendra Awhad,
No,
but I'm an advocate of free speech. I criticize Mamata Banerjee when she banned the movie in Bengal. Because these bigots of Bengal will get more power by the movie being banned in Bengal.
Okay, Sanju Verma, because he's an advocate of free speech, he's slamming Mamata Banerjee for blaming. Mr. Chaudhary is slamming Mamata Banerjee for the ban, but he's also condoning what Jitendra Awhad said because he believes it is free speech. Sanju Verma.
You know, Pranesh, I have been listening for the last 14 odd minutes and I have not heckled anybody. I hope that courtesy will be extended to me. You know, I just want to say a couple of things. First, on Jitendra Awhad. Jitendra Awhad is a habitual offender. He is facing trial in the Thane court because as recently as November 2022, there was a movie called Har Har Mahadev. He and his supporters vandalized umpteen theatres in Thane for reasons best known to him. Again in April 2020, Jitendra Awhad actually picked up a civil engineer called Anand Ranganathan, and while the Bombay High Court that time had given him a clean chit, the Supreme Court took serious note of the thuggery and vandalism done by Jitendra Awhad, picking up and thrashing somebody, and he's facing a trial by the Supreme Court on that count. So the limited point I'm making is Jitendra Awhad is no saint, he's not holier than thou. He is facing serious charges under IPC, and the less said about his credibility, the better. Now coming to the Kerala story. Before putting my point across, I will just in 10 seconds read out a tweet by Shashi Tharoor. This was at 9:42 p.m. on 17th August 2021, where Shashi Tharoor says, I have been approached by many Kerala mothers whose daughters are stuck in Afghanistan after having been taken there by their misguided husbands. I arranged a meeting with EAM Sushma Swaraj for a constituent to plead her case. Obviously, it's as an MP that I'm aware of the horrifying situation in Kerala. Shashi Tharoor basically in this August 2021 tweet where he pleaded for help from the then External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj has categorically said that young girls and young women from Kerala are being misguided and taken by their husbands to Afghanistan. While he did not mention the word radicalization, he did not mention the word love jihad, he did not mention the word forced conversion, he did not mention the word ISIS. If anybody has an iota of intelligence and is not a chauthi fail, he or she will realize that what Shashi Tharoor alluded to in his tweet was simply this, that yes, radicalization is a problem in Kerala, forced conversion is a problem in Kerala, ISIS recruiting hundreds of women is a horrifying reality, and if somebody thinks that by banning the Kerala story, they can actually erase reality, they are living in La La Land. And I will just quickly say a couple of things because I think I still have some time. Tell me one thing. I have heard of umpteen cases. This is not a debate of 32,000 versus 3. I say even if it is just one case, it is something that we need to be concerned about.
No, I've been saying that. In fact, we have been saying that throughout this. This is not about numbers. This is about an radical ideology that we are trying to expose.
Yes, Pranesh, I will just take, I will take 30 seconds. Please, Kamru Zaman, let me finish. finish. Pranesh, I will take
30 seconds, ma'am. 30 seconds. There are the others waiting.
Yes, 30 seconds. Please, Kamru Zaman, I heard you. Now let me finish. Why is this man heckling
Make your
me?
point, ma'am. Make your point quickly, please.
I'm making my point. Please don't rush me. I will take 30 seconds. Thank you. I have heard of umpteen cases. Like in the movie, a Shalini Unnikrishnan becomes Fatima. I have heard of cases where a Nandini becomes Nagma, where a Surekha becomes Rabia. But I have never heard a case where a Noor or a Naz becomes Rita or Geeta. I have not heard a case where a Rubika becomes Vandana or a Mumtaz becomes Malini. What I'm trying to say is that love jihad is a one-way street where the perpetrator is from a certain community and the victim is from Hindu community.
Okay, let's come back to the larger point we were discussing. Abdul Razak Khan, I saw your hand going up. Will you to begin with condemn the comments made by Jitendra Awhad?
भाषण मत दो यहाँ बैठकर.
Any reality, if there is any reality in the whatever the movie makers are gone ahead and claim, if there is any reality in that, today I urge the Home Minister of India to immediately resign.
Mr. Abdul Razak Khan, I asked you about Jitendra Awhad.
What is the Home Minister?
Have you heard what Jitendra Awhad has said? Hang the makers in public.
Sir, I would say the movie makers have succeeded in their intention and propaganda
of getting killed, of inviting all this on themselves.
They wanted to divide the society. They wanted. Yes, it is the agenda of BJP.
So you are justifying, Mr. Kamru Zaman Chaudhary has justified not one word of condemnation against Jitendra Awhad. Viewers, you're watching this. I am really shocked.
Sir,
I am shocked, Abdul Razak Khan, that you justified much like what Kamru Zaman Chaudhary said. No, 1 minute. Let me go over the panel once again. Dr. Raman, what would you say to what Jitendra Awhad has said? Hang the makers in public.
Allow us at least 1 minute. Sir, allow us to at least respond.
I'll come back to you, sir. I'll come back to you.
Give time to Anand Ranganathan, Sanju Verma. This is not the way, sir.
I gave time to Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, spoke uninterrupted, sir. ऐसे मत कीजिए.
I have spoken less than Mr. Kamru. What's going on here?
No, he was.
Time तो दीजिए, जवाब तो सुनिए.
अरे आप जवाब ही नहीं दे रहे हैं. I asked you about Jitendra Awhad. आप justify कर रहे हैं उसको. I am not going to allow that kind of thing, sir. Please. Dr. Suman C. Raman.
मैं justify नहीं कर रहा हूँ.
तो आपने condemn भी तो नहीं किया.
नहीं कर रहा हूँ.
No, say that what he said is wrong. He should be jailed.
You started blaming the BJP and Amit Shah. Have some shame.
सुनिए, आप सुनिए.
बोलिए.
आप सुनिए. Have some shame, madam. Your agencies have failed. If you are going ahead.
Okay, let's not talk over one another, please. Kamru Zaman. No, 1 minute. Abdul Razak Khan, Sanju Verma, please. Abdul Razak Khan.
What are your agencies doing?
What's your stand on this? Do you condemn or not? Yes or no? It's not difficult.
यहाँ तुम्हारा भाषण सुनने नहीं आए हैं हम लोग.
Sir, violence in any form should be condemned. Violence in any form should be condemned.
Okay, but till you see violence, you will not condemn. I get that logic. ये familiar है. मैं अभी threat है तो violent नहीं है. जब होगा उसके बाद condemn करेंगे. We will talk about it when we get there. ठीक है, fair enough.
We lost 5 brave soldiers just 2 days ago. What happened with Kashmiri files? You made it tax-free. What was the outcome of the movie?
So what was the what was the film about?
Can the Kashmiri Pandits
what was the film about? What was the film about, Abdul Razak Khan?
It was all about Islamophobia.
Okay, Sushil Pandit, Kashmir Files was about Islamophobia. Quick answer.
Unacceptable. Pranesh, he has to apologize for this. He is denying genocide of Kashmiri Hindus.
Dr. Ranganathan is just justified their threat. What do you expect from people like Abdul Razak Khan?
There is a Kashmiri Hindu who is sitting on the panel.
And I'm turning to Sushil Pandit. Sushil Pandit will answer Abdul Razak Khan.
Radical people like
No, let Mr. Pandit please have his say uninterrupted. Please, I request all of you, please. Let Mr. Sushil Pandit answer Abdul Razak Khan, please. This is important. Please, Mr. Pandit, go ahead.
What do you do, Pranesh, when the leader of Jitendra Awhad, Sharad Pawar himself, in April 2022, condemning the Kashmir files, said that a film which shows that a majority persecutes a minority, especially when the majority is Muslim and the minority is Hindu, should not be allowed, because it makes Hindus insecure. These are the words of Sharad Pawar in April 2022 trying to condemn the Kashmir files. He doesn't deny that the persecution did not take place. He doesn't deny that the Hindus had a reason to feel insecure. He only says that any film which depicts such atrocity will make Hindus feel insecure, because Hindus must be kept permanently ignorant. They should not be told what they are suffering from. And they should not be told at all that they have suffered a genocide. It should be kept under wraps, just as for the last 30 years, a Hindu genocide was denied. A denial of Hindu genocide is kosher, is acceptable.
Abdul Razak Khan, are you, sir, what are you even doing? Look at the topic that he's talking about. इतना sensitive बात कर रहे हैं अब्दुल रज़ाक खान, आप उनके ऊपर बोल रहे हैं और क्या बोल रहे हैं आप सुनिए जरा.
He won't even let me speak. So, telling the truth about Hindu suffering, Hindu genocide, Hindu cleansing from any region, telling such truths about Hindu abductions, Hindu conversions, about picking up Hindu girls, converting them at the pretext of marriage and then sending them as sex slaves into ISIS camps. Any such truth should not be told, because it besmirches the reputation of a community. That is their fear. They wouldn't address it at the community level to stop it. They would like to address it at a film level which depicts such a truth. If you are so concerned about the reputation of a community,
Abdul Razak Khan, I just have one question.
Not to do it.
कश्मीर में हिंदू जेनोसाइड हुआ था कि नहीं हुआ था, ये बताइए.
Suppose they have a problem about reputation management of the community. They have a problem about how to manage the reputation of the community. Should it be addressed at the level of not making a film, hanging the filmmakers, or should it be addressed at the level of community not doing it? Should it be addressed at the level of community not doing it? Or
that's only when they accept what the problem is, Mr. Pandit, and that's my fear, because there is no acceptance.
Should it be handled at the level of madrasas?
And the denial has now, taken a dangerous turn. This is now intimidation, intolerance, and what have you. Let me bring in Vishwajit Deb, the spokesperson of the CMC, senior advocate himself. Mr. Deb, you've banned the film, sir, because the Chief Minister said that, look, we want to ensure peace. What would you make of what Jitendra Awhad had said about the makers being hanged in public? Is this peaceful, sir? A comment which will spread peace, harmony?
Well, you see, this is not the statement of any spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress or any leader of the Trinamool Congress. It is for NCP to decide about what he has said. But so far as this particular film is concerned, this Kerala story, it's a story of distorted facts. It's a distorted story, and it has got the potential to incite violence. And that is why Mamata Banerjee led Trinamool Congress government in West Bengal has banned this film to maintain peace. It's a deliberate attempt to spread hate and communally polarize the entire society. So that is why Mamata Banerjee has decided to ban this particular film. Okay. Now BJP is opposing this. Now tell me one thing, what has BJP done earlier? Shall I just read out?
No, it's not just the BJP that is opposing. Dr. Ranganathan is not BJP. He has his hand up. Dr. Ranganathan coming in. Just listen to him.
BJP, I need to come in.
On the point that you raised, Mr. Deb, that's a reasonable point that you made. Let's get an answer from Dr. Ranganathan. He just wants to make one point to you.
You should not.
Dr. Deb, I have huge respect for you. I have huge respect for you, Dr. Deb.
I will be allowed to speak.
You will be, sir. We are not in the, we are not in the habit of banning people. I assure you that, sir. हम ban नहीं करेंगे. I'm begging your indulgence. Let Dr. Ranganathan come in on that specific point.
What about BJP? What about BBC? What about BBC documentary? What about Pathan? You tell me.
Mr. Dev, we will talk about all of that. Dr. Ranganathan has one point to make on the point that you were talking about. Here's Dr. Ranganathan coming in.
You see, I have not interrupted Dr. Ranganathan, and I will expect that during my turn, I will not also be interrupted.
Sir, he is only answering your question. This is not interruption, sir. ये तो आप जवाब दे रहे, जो आपने जो सवाल पूछा, important point था वो, उस पे जवाब दे रहे हैं, sir वो.
Yes, and I have huge respect for Dr. Dev. He was a COVID warrior. He saved our lives. So Dr. Dev, please bear with me for a minute. I just want to make one slight correction. When you talk about the Bengal government and justifying its banning a creative effort, let's put it that way, because you feel it propagates hate and it has a propensity to create unrest, I want to take you back 20 years, Doctor, almost to the day when the CPIM government banned Lajja, Taslima Nasreem's book Lajja. And you know who protested against that ban? It was Didi, Mamata Banerjee. But when she came to power, she did not lift the ban. In fact, Lajja is still banned in Bengal. So I ask you, are you for lifting of the ban of Lajja, or are you still for Lajja being banned? It's a simple question.
The answer is whichever book or whichever film will incite violence, that will be banned by the government here in Bengal. That is what Mamata Banerjee has done. Because Bengal stands for unity. Bengal stands for unity. We respect each and every religion. We do not allow the society to be divided on the basis of religion, which the BJP is instigating in each and every state. The politics of
Mr. Dev, but sir, एक बात बताइए, it's the same.
Based on religion.
Lajja did not change after you came to power. Nothing changed about Lajja.
You are talking about CPIM. You are talking about CPIM. The CPIM government in Kerala, in fact, should have banned it. But the fact is,
it's not about the CPM. What are you saying, Mr. Dev? Sawal kya tha? What are you answering?
Unfortunately, yes. This government.
Let me rephrase that question. Let me make it easier for you. 1 minute, Mr. Dev.
That is why they have not banned it. There is a long list. There is a long list.
In 2003,
I will just read out. I'll just read out the list. You just allow me.
I can't.
No. You just allow me.
Dr. Dev, I asked you a very simple question.
Oh my God, he's making
in the film festival. In the film festival.
Mr. Dev, simple question है sir. लज्जा से पहले प्रॉब्लम नहीं थी. आपने बोला कि बैन गलत है. जब आप आए उसके बाद भी बैन नहीं हटाया.
Spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress.
I want to make a quick point, please. May I be given?
No. 1 minute. Sanju Verma, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Or any film which can incite. You see, I have not interrupted.
But sir, when Mamata Banerjee
interrupted,
I am entitled to ask you a question. A question is not an interruption, Mr. Dev. By this logic, so debate ही नहीं होगा. Then one will toss to others. So in the order of how they are seated, or at least they are seated on the.
Well, let me reply.
Mr. Dev, you are not answering the question. That's the problem.
If you don't allow me.
Okay, sir. 30 seconds, please. 30 seconds, sir. Please. I am running out of patience, Mr. Dev. Please.
You are not allowing me. Any story which can incite communal violence will be banned in Bengal.
Was Bengal burning after the Kashmir files?
We want to maintain peace. We do not want the society. To be divided based on religion. And that is what exactly. You see, Kerala's story is basically a distorted story.
Dr. Raman, sorry I couldn't come to you earlier.
Just decided to.
But you've heard diverse views.
Yeah. So can I have about a minute or so, because I'm not going to be ambitious and ask for 2 or 3 minutes like some of the others. 2-3 points. First of all, I condemn Mr. Jitendra Awhad for making such statements. Any such statement which threatens violence has to be condemned, full stop. Second, I condemn the West Bengal government for imposing a ban on the film which had already been certified by the censor board. Third, the censor board should have been extremely cautious with what they have allowed. They should have certainly asked questions which apparently they don't seem to have asked as to where this 32,000 number came from and so on, especially when it was presented to them as something that was born out of a true story. Now that is the third point. Fourth point, as far as the Kashmir files and stories like that are concerned, the Kerala story is clearly a propaganda film, and there is no harm in calling it a propaganda film as well. I mean, I don't know why BJP is so apologetic about, because after all, you are now having ministers, cabinet ministers, chief ministers queuing up to watch the movie along with their entire cabinet and so on. So when that happens, it is clearly propaganda. Last point, very important point. I sympathize deeply with the cause of the Kashmiri Pandits. But the point is, apart from milking their misery for propaganda, what has the BJP done for them? Has it resettled 100,000 of them back in the Kashmir Valley? Has it given them...
Go after the BJP. Why are you going after the film and the filmmakers, sir? Go after the BJP. You have Sanju Verma. You have all the other leaders of the BJP. Unke baare mein jo bolna hai, boliye. We've been asking questions. Political parties have only paid lip service. Dr. Raman, you've heard this on our channel before as far as giving justice to Kashmiri Hindus is concerned.
Political parties...
May I please come in now?
Yeah, the whole point is using somebody's misery for propaganda is something which
that's not the question. This question is about intimidation and brazen intolerance that we are not addressing, that we are not even seeing in the right light.
No. This is wrong. I have told Pranesh, I have said very clearly, Pranesh, banning the movie is wrong. Movie called Parzania.
This has gone beyond ban,
Pranesh,
sir.
are you aware?
Sanju Verma. The BJP,
which was banned in Gujarat.
Okay, let me quickly get a response. Then one final. No. 1 minute, Dr. Raman.
That's wrong.
Ask Sanju Verma.
That's not true.
For some time,
ask
because
her
there have been
about
allegations against the BJP on your
Ask
panel.
her about Parzania.
Respond quickly respond to it, Sanju Verma, quickly. Then I'm coming to you, Dr. Ranganathan.
First and foremost, let me tell you one thing very clearly to Mr. Suman C. Raman, that BBC documentary actually tried to undermine the bona fides of the Supreme Court and the judiciary. In June 2022, the Supreme Court clearly said there was no criminal conspiracy by Narendra Modi and gave him an unconditional clean check in the Gujarat riots. Please keep quiet. Mr. Dev, I did not hear you. Pranesh?
No, Mr. Dev, let her please make a point. Sir, she was not talking when you were making a point. I gave you a lot of time. Mr. Dev, this is not right. I'll have to lower your fader, sir, please. Let extend. No. Sir, please. Sir, this is not right. Let her make a point quickly. Dr. Ranganathan, coming to you. 30 seconds.
May I please finish? Pranesh, can you moderate this?
Mr. Dev, please. Dr. Raman, you asked a question. Now the BJP spokesperson is responding. Listen to her.
Thank you. Mr. Raman, so point number one, the BBC documentary is a bunch of vicious lies which tried to undermine the sanctity of a judgment given by no less than the Supreme Court. So next time you open your mouth and start clapping for the BBC documentary, you're running foul of the Supreme Court. You're running foul of the Supreme Court.
Why did you back off of the ban?
Okay, I'll have to end the show, but 30 seconds, last 30 seconds of the show, Dr. Ranganathan sum this up for our viewers, then we are moving on, viewers. Dr. Ranganathan, faders down.
Parzania. Ask her about Parzania.
Dr. Ranganathan, Pawan, can we have that? Dr. Ranganathan speak.
Sky purchase was a movie on Gujarat riots. Was it banned? No. You talk about Parzania. Why can't you talk about Sky purchase?
Dr. Ranganathan, yes, make your point, sir. Sanju Verma, please. Sanju Verma, I'm moving out. Last 30 seconds.
Thank you. I just wanted to make 2 points. Pranesh, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Just 2 factual points. I'm surprised Dr. Raman hasn't got his facts right, because Parzania was not banned by the state of Gujarat. The theatre owners themselves refused to show Parzania. There's a difference. West Bengal government has banned the film. In Modi government did not ban Farzania, so you're wrong there. And secondly, my question to the good Dr. Dev still remains unanswered. When the communists banned Lajja, Mamata Didi came out on the streets and said Lajja should not be banned. Then why is Lajja still banned despite 10 years of TMC rule? It was a simple question.
But no answers on that. Unfortunately, Sanju Verma, we've run out of time. Let's leave this for next time. Dr. Ranganathan, Sushil Pandit, Mr. Chaudhary, Biswadeep Deb, Dr. Raman, thank you for joining us.